Next up is Ethan Long, one of your classmates who will speak of your evolution as students.
Hey y'all. When I began to write and prepare this speech, I was at a loss initially of what the topic or the nature of the speech should be. At first, I figured I would just talk about the basics: academic achievements, athletic prowess, teacher significance in the growth of us students over these last 4 years. But then I realized something. I realized that this would be doing a disservice to the talent, potential, and wide array of accomplishments from this class of 2020. We're more than a number that signifies our success in school or the pins we get in place on letters at the end of a sports season. With this revelation, I had to find another way to discuss our class. So now I was right back where I started, not knowing at all what to talk about. There was so much I was planning to say, especially with the global pandemic and social issues popping up across the globe, and so little time to say it. Then I thought, what if I had a theme? Out of the few speeches in school that I managed to not sleep through, I realized that most of the good ones had themes, so I figured, let's try something like that. So after a few drafts and some time thinking, I decided to relate this class to something that we've learned since childhood. And although it may bore us most of the time, I think it's still pretty important. Evolution. Evolution does not simply refer to the growth of all life from one common ancestor to the millions of species that we see today. In my eyes, evolution can happen on an emotional and ethical level as well. The type of evolution that determines character, shapes the way a generation views the world, and how they act upon it with the tools at their disposal. Evolution never halts to make the world, although complex at times, a better place. No matter your background, ambitions, or obstacles within your life, evolution is what drives us all forward. And I feel in the case of this class of 2020, drives us to greatness. To ideas and action that will cause beneficial change in the evolution of all parts of the world and the people that reside within it. Whether it's the rapid evolution of our experience and action against this pandemic, the implementation and advantages of technology for a wide array of purposes in our community, or this class's rapid growth from baby-faced freshmen to acne-riddled seniors, evolution is a pivotal factor in the high school and human experience that is dealt with every single day. However, when it comes to adaptation to these evolutions that we see in the modern world, I feel there's no better example of success than with this class of 2020. In many phases and parts of society, it's evident that many feel their only way to get ahead and succeed in the real world is to have a self-centered mentality. But this class shows different. It's an adaptation that's different from others seen in communities when tackling issues such as drug use, representation, and so much more. It's an approach that is inviting to the community and pushes everyone towards a beneficial, common goal. From working to end underage nicotine usage, to working hand in hand with the community to fight against social injustices, to just asking someone how their day has been. Here is a class that is flooded with personality to lift others higher than themselves to reach a better place for all. This type of attitude displayed by this class of 2020 throughout the last 4 years has manifested into a tone that is one of family. Now, the following rant is not a specific spiel or trope that I'm using to sound cheesy for my graduation speech or for my fellow classmates, although it'll probably sound like that. This is something that comes from the bottom of the heart. I believe that every person in this class has the tools and mindset to change the world. There's endless creativity and promise from this class that every student has evolved to achieve, and I believe they'll be used to put towards special projects and ideas. This past few months or so, I've realized what I have taken for granted these last 4 years of high school. The privilege to watch past every single one of my peers and friends to see their face, to collaborate with them and be continuously awed by their talent and unique nature, and to take a moment to realize how blessed I am to be learning with some of the most exquisite minds I've gotten to know. This unfortunate pandemic has allowed me to evolve, as well as many others in this class I'm sure, to find an appreciation for the people that we got to call our friends for the past 4 years. I've learned many life lessons and values from these individuals that I'll carry with me in my future, and for that, I can never thank them enough. The advanced maturity and knowledge of this class makes me feel ecstatic to know that we'll be the faces of the future to impact the world in whichever way we choose. It's rare to find a group that all cares for one another and understands one another in high school, like this group. This class is nothing like the ones you see in movies or read in books. It's one that's evolved beyond all of these ideas and has created their own story. A story of a group of individuals who realize the importance of collaboration and care for one another. A story about trust, community, resilience to any obstacle to reach the top of the mountain. A story that is far from over. In fact, has only just begun. Thank you.